All right, Oval fans, time to follow up on my Is Jason Dead video. And I made it clear that I cared so little about the cliffhanger of last week between the lousy build-up to what happened in the final moments of the episode to the fact that the actor has been seen in so many social media posts that he is indeed in season 4. It's like, look, they're going to try to build it up as a big thing, but Jason isn't dead. He's in season 4. So I kind of neglected to look into the fact that, oh, wow, people, you made some good points in the comments. What if Jason didn't do this to himself? What if somebody actually left Jason to die by making it seem like he hung himself, but in fact somebody else did it? Now, if you recall, in last week's episode, the only things we got were Donald telling Kyle, hey, Kyle, Jason's doctor said he's going through another manic episode today, and we need to make sure somebody's watching him, so you are to stand outside of his door the whole time. And then it was brought up about, oh, okay, wow, okay, Kyle, you're only up here to make sure Jason doesn't go anywhere since Hunter's down there with that whore Ellie. And then at the end of the episode, Donald and Kyle face off outside of Jason's room. There's a commotion as they hear something fall over and break. They burst through the door. Kyle kicked it open. And then they saw Jason there hanging by the noose and they brought him down. So, the thing that really pissed me off, again, was the piss poor build up to this. Not to mention, if somebody's having a manic episode, don't you think Kyle and a couple other guys should have at least opened the door to see what Jason was doing at the time to make sure he wasn't harming himself or anyone else? And even if Kyle was outside of the front door of Jason's room, we know that Jason is able to escape from his room via his closet or bathroom to get to like his sister or his parents' room. We've seen that many times before. Remember, Kyle was outside of Hunter's room when he was in there with Denise when the family went to brunch, but off screen and early in season 2 it was explained, oh yeah, Jason said he had to go to the restroom, so he turned around, he went upstairs, and obviously he went to his room, then went through his room to go into his parents' room to kill Denise. And remember, this happened without Kyle knowing, because Kyle was in the front of Hunter's door. Like, he could have seen Jason go into his room, but not his parents' room. But regardless, it would be interesting if Curtis had something to do with it, because we know Curtis knew about the fact that his grandson killed his wife, and he called him a cockroach, and basically he's like, you're supposed to squash, you're supposed to kill cockroaches. And it's like, how could this have happened? Well, I mean, it could have been done a number of ways, from somebody sneaking into the room to try to execute him in the same manner that Jason did to decapitate Denise. Not to mention, to have it look like he committed suicide would make it easier to cover up who actually killed him. Like, oh, Jason did it to himself. Nobody else came in here to do it. Then on top of that, look at the fact that these people are powerful as hell. Not to mention Victoria's father is, incredibly powerful. Wasn't it earlier this year or last year, and I'm not going to put the picture on screen, but wasn't there some kind of like girl that had like a grotesque face who would pop up on like kid YouTube videos to tell kids to do bad things, basically like subliminal messaging? What if something like that happened on like Jason's phone or his computer? Because we know the boy is already messed up in the head, but to have something like that get inside of his mind to like lead to that manic episode, like we only get that throwaway line, oh yeah, Jason's doctor said he's having a manic episode. Okay, is anybody going to go in there to check on him? Is the doctor coming by? What are they doing to stop this? What's going on? It's just one of those things where there's so many unanswered factors. Sure, unknown factors and variables. Sure. Maybe we'll find out this week what's going on. Maybe we'll see, oh, this is why Jason did it. Well, who knows? Because the fact that there was such a poor buildup is why I had little to no reaction to Jason actually possibly attempting to kill himself. But to have his grandfather be responsible is incredible. I would love that, especially Hunter's so worried about taking out Curtis because he thinks his father-in-law tried to kill him, when his father-in-law could have possibly went after his own son as revenge for having, murdered his wife. But let's talk about it in the comment section below. Do you think somebody tried to off Jason through his grandfather? Or, excuse me, did his grandfather try to have somebody executed via his connections and power? Or do you think it's possible that, Jason just did it to his damn self? It was lousy build up, and that's all we'll get.